Hello, today we're making Nicaraguan-style cheese turnovers, and for that we're going to use all-purpose flour, sugar, warm milk, yeast or baking powder. I was on the phone and forgot, and I used yeast, and that's going to make them a little crunchier, if you will. And if you use baking powder, they will be a little softer. And salt, unsalted butter, and an egg. We're going to mix the dry ingredients first, the sugar, the flour, and the yeast. And with a whisk, we're going to mix all of the ingredients together before we add the butter, and we use the paddle attachment in your mixer to mix all the ingredients. And until it has about a little sandy consistency. And that takes only about a minute or two. Doesn't take very long. Then we add the egg and the salt. It's just a pinch of salt. That is about a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. And we mix some more. Then we start adding the milk, about a tablespoon or two at a time. Then I changed the attachment because it was easier for the mixer, for the stand mixer to mix. And once the dough is that way, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to do it that way, and the dough is not attaching itself, it's not sticking to the sides of the bowl. It's ready. And I wrapped it in a plastic wrap. I put it in plastic wrap. It's a very easy to handle dough. That is about 900 grams of dough, and I'm gonna weigh it because I want the turnovers uh, to look more or less the same size. So those are I'm gonna make them into balls, and they are about 60 to 65 grams each. And you ball them that way. You put them inside your hand and you just move it around to make a little ball, and put them on a tray and cover them with a damp cloth until you finish making all of the pastry, all of the dough for the pastry. Then we just have to stretch each one of them into a circle, basically, into a round. Meanwhile, we're going to do the filling, and we're gonna use grated cheese, sugar, and I add a little bit of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon. In fact, in Nicaragua, they don't. Some people do, and some people don't add the cinnamon, but I like the smell of cinnamon and the taste, so it's pretty good. That's about a cup of sugar, and you mix all the filling well, mix it together really well, and set it aside. With this dough, you don't have to flour the counter or the working table, and you don't have to add oil. Some people do add oil on the surface, and you don't have to do that. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't have to. As you can see, it's not sticking to the rolling pin, and it's not sticking to the table. So you're just gonna stretch it. First, you do it vertically, and and then you do it horizontally until you get it's about a 10-inch circle, I guess. And then we're going to put the filling inside. They usually use about a teaspoon of the filling, but I am using about a tablespoon and a half. And then that's why they're called picos, because it's like a triangle. So it has three edges or three peaks. And then the flat side goes through the sugar, and then you put it upside down, like at the part that we folded goes on the bottom of the tray, and the sugar part goes on top. That's how they're going to go on in the oven. So we'll do the same thing, left side to make the triangle, right side, and then fold it over. It's very easy to make. It's a very easy dough to work with as well. And we're gonna let them rest. Once we finish making all of them, we're going to let them rest for half an hour. Meanwhile, we can preheat the oven at 350 degrees, and we are going to bake them for 20 minutes. I got 14 of them. And that's it, guys. That's how they turn out. Some of them I pierced them, just the top of the picos or the turnovers, just on top so that they would steam. And but anyhow, that is the result. They're crunchy on top, and that's your feeling. It smells absolutely delicious. And now somebody has to taste it. I guess it's gonna have to be me. And they are very good. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, to give it a like, a thumbs up, and share on social media. Thank you.